Alright guys, we're going to get started in a minute here. 4 people in the chat, or 4 people viewing it right now. Let me just keep it, let me put on some music or something, a little bit, something for you guys to listen to before we finally get going here, before we finally blast off here. And pretty boring market. Almost feels like a weekend still. It feels like this weekend didn't end and we're just still in the weekend forever. But yeah. Let's see. Some healing music right here. So we should be getting going in about, let's see here, how much time do we have left? About 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Let's see. So the 8-hour blood diamond, you know, most likely, I was looking at it kind of for the past like year or two, what happened every time we had one, at least on the 8-hour and the 10-hour. Even if you do have a little bit of green candles after it, it usually does end up playing out. I think pretty much every single time, for that matter. It's a weird, slow, annoying market at the point right now. We'll talk about it some more, but yeah, medicinal music. I feel like normal music, mainstream music at least, kind of messes with your mind a little bit. Maybe it's designed to kind of make you depressed. They talk about the different wavelengths that you're supposed to listen to. You gotta pay attention definitely to the ideas expressed in this music. That's one of the things you gotta think about too, what you're listening to. So, you know, it's good to think about that because our subconscious mind is so powerful, and if you're, you know, what you go to sleep to, what you're exposed to is, you know, what you end up becoming. So, you know, that's really important to look at, you know, to keep in mind. We're gonna get started in about a minute here. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today on this lovely, I believe it's Tuesday, lovely Tuesday afternoon. And yeah. About 45 seconds here. I almost want to keep on the healing music. Maybe I'll just put it real low during our analysis today. Yeah, it's probably the number one question I get asked about how much leverage I use in my positions. I mean, I feel like, you know, I've answered that question probably 1,000 times so far. It depends, you know, it's different for, you know, if a swing trade, it depends on what percentage your stop loss is. If, you know, if it's a 3 or 4% stop loss, it's going to be much lower than if it's a 1% stop loss. So it's kind of relative in that aspect. You know, I talk about it in my course. Don't want to like just shill the course, but that's a good place to find it as well. Use the market separate risk calculator, that'll tell you too. All right, let's get started here. Okay, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Let's cue off our, or at least lower a lot, our Tibetan, this beautiful, this beautiful ocean scenery. So beautiful. Look at that sunset. I feel like humans are just designed to really like that water and be near oceans and, you know, sun gaze while the sun is setting. While it's safe to do so. Yeah. So let's go. Let's see here. Alrighty, guys. So let's get right into it. You know, let's do our traditional kind of top-down analysis here. You know, let's start with our weekly, and, you know, there's some signs. We're getting close to it. We're getting close to the bottom here. This weekly VWAP is curving up. So the last time we kind of saw this, and it kind of looked like this, and it started curving up here. Money flow at this era, it started curving up. But we're looking very similar to very close to the bottom here, how it was in December 2018. Now, I'm kind of queuing that up with the weekly combined with as well as the daily, because when this happened on the daily the last time, this I'm not going to go back all the way and show you. It takes a minute, but you know, take my word for it. Kind of, we just had money flow just went deeper into the red, and then we finally bottomed out. So it's kind of maybe something like this, maybe a little bit lower. I don't think you're going to go anything below around 22K or something like that. That's my, you know, main consensus on it. I think you're going to stay above 20K. I think there's probably going to be some type of double bottom pattern, maybe go sideways a little bit here, maybe get boring, but I think, you know, you're close to that major buying opportunity. You know, everybody's afraid. This isn't like November or October, you know, 2021, where everybody's telling you to get in. This is more like October 2020, where everyone's afraid it's going to crash more. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of good vibes with this. Crypto Face has been talking about it. Flopping Groper's been talking about it. A lot of signs, a lot of psychological signs that we're getting close to the bottom, and a lot of signs on the technicals that we're going close to the bottom as well. Yeah, have the Fed, are they raising? They're being more hawkish. I didn't even see what the Fed did. I was working out earlier today. Yeah, just finding myself in the gym. But yeah, you know, you got your VWAP curving down the 16-hour. That's more bearish. For short term, I'm more bearish. I think you're gonna have that double bottom pattern or something. You know, we're not gonna go sideways forever here. 12-hour, you're getting close as well to printing that, you know, red dot. Your 10-hour, kind of the same thing. It's a weird VWAP here. And then your 8-hour, you're finally getting that red dot. So I think that's finally what's going to bring you down here. And if you look at funding fees, they're starting to get more positive. More people are going long. Yeah, it's kind of what happens. Sometimes it's a game of patience. Yeah, I can bounce but sell into. Yeah, I mean, that's mainly with the Fed. I think, you know, you could temporarily halt things. You could temporarily create fear and make people sell, but you ain't getting away with just printing that amount of money and not having, you know, hyperinflation. You could delay it, you know, you could make the you could do certain things to prevent the bleeding a little bit, but you know, unless you really there's really no way at this point, I think. 2-hour, you know, it's just general pattern where you come into the green and you come back into red is kind of how I'm interpreting this. Hourly kind of as well. I mean, you got pretty high. The thing too is like you got, you know, just look at the hourly, this general pattern. If you repeat that, it brings us down. That's kind of my view on it. And you got to, you know, be very, very careful with that. I was looking back. I can't find anywhere where the 10-hour and 8-hour blood diamonds, at least on the 10-hour time frame, the 10-hour confirmed blood diamonds didn't bring us lower than, you know, have we already gone. So I would say, you know, kind of what I'm looking at least, you know, this area, 28.8. And yeah, you know, 15-minute back in the red. You got a 4-hour red dot, so more of a reason to be a bit more bearish. Sometimes I give you guys little freebies of what I would be looking at if I wasn't. I'm already in a trade in the exclusive Discord, not going to show you it, but because it hasn't hit the first take profit yet, so it would be unfair for the people paying. But maybe, you know, if you're looking right now, something like this would be a nice risk-reward ratio where you go above this spiral line right here. That'd still be a good risk-reward ratio. I mean, a real conservative trade, nah, that would be not a good enough risk-reward ratio. Price something like that would be best. So yeah, generally, you know, it seems like we're gonna look to come down more. Stop loss hunting is going on for shorts and longs, says cool. Yeah, I mean, it always is, man. It always is. There's always, you know, this is a game of probability. You're never going to be right 100% of the time. That's what I will say. It's always about taking risks. So yeah. Let's see. Let's move this away a little bit. And, you know, we basically, okay, that was Bitcoin. I have, you know, spiral lines on the Coinbase chart as well. It seems like kind of we're going to reject off of, reject off of this spiral line right here. And, you know, you're not getting that, no bearish div just yet, but it seems like you'll, you know, crash off of that. I hope something happens. It's getting really boring. I mean, just look at this. This is not, you know, once you get this bounce here, from here to, you know, we've just trended and from this, you know, high 20s to low 30s range for a while. So I want to see something happen. Let's look at Ethereum. It's generally in the same ballpark. There's maybe a teeny weeny bit more hope here because you got, well, let's look at the weekly. Are we in the red yet? The thing is, we crashed down, you know, with the weekly so quickly. I think you're going to come into the red even if we did hit the bottom here at 1700. So yeah, Also, you're kind of like here, your weekly VWAP is starting to curve up, which is kind of a good sign. So it feels like, you may curve down one last time. That's where you bottom out 1600 or something. It's not going to be that bloody. It's not going to be like this. That's a 70% or from the money flow crossover. That's around a 80% correction. I'd say it's probably more like half of that, 40% correction. And you'll likely bottom out with Bitcoin as this, a few weeks or a month, as this gets deeper into the red here. That's what I think will happen. Maybe one last, stretch down. And yeah. Your VWAP's coming down here on the 8 hour as well. So yeah, I mean, that's, some signs that we're just ready to come down a bit more. That's my main view. I think it happened. Never risk more than you aren't willing to lose on one individual trade, in my opinion. So yeah, not really. Just in a boring market. You're not really seeing any divergences in the lower time frames, but you are seeing money come out. So that's more your bearish sign. So Nick asked the question, do I switch to scalping for a bit or just wait it out? There would have been a nice scalp earlier today. I was doing some things this morning. I was at the gym, so I didn't really pay attention too much to the notification. But on your 15-minute, you did have over here, or actually on the spiral line on your Bitstamp chart, would have been better. Kind of something like this. This would have been a nice little, I'm trying to think exactly where you would have entered here, but something like here on this divergence, as soon as I confirm, well, yeah, you might have been tight here. You might have been tight here because I don't know when you would have gotten in. As soon as it confirmed you were just going up. I mean, if you got in over here, stop loss there. There's your good risk reward ratio, and then let's draw like a local fib level or something for to see where we wanted to take our profits there. Let's see this right around there. So not really, if you wanted to in the middle of that area, not the best risk reward ratio. I don't know. Maybe on your 12-minute you would have to look for that divergence. That would have been tough. In general, it's let's see. In general, it's you got to wait for those scalps. I haven't seen, it's interesting with the scalps because if you were in my Discord for a while, my exclusive Discord with all the trade setups, we did do a lot. I did do more scalps in the past. Now it's more day trades, swing trades. But I mean, things change. You got to adapt as the market adapts. Lagging a little bit. I seem to have a good connection. Yeah, it shows green here. So I hope everything's okay. It seems that like no matter what internet I go to, in what country, what area, it seems like there's always some at least minor. Maybe I just gotta get a real good service. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of at this point. And now we're getting a little, well, let's see what's happening right now. Yeah, it's just that now my internet is yeah, now we're just coming back up, so repeating the same, general boring pattern, just bouncing around this area. So, in terms of a scalp, yeah, that just, well, I confirmed a few minutes. Yeah, if you got in right when that confirmed, you'd probably want to take your profits on that little scalp. So this is that's a trade where, yeah, maybe kind of the same time as that money flow crossover happened, that would have been a nice little, let's see, scalp long right there. These happen quick. You got to be on your, you got to be on your feet here. I mean, you could, yeah, you try something like that, honestly. Would we get there? Probably, considering the general pattern is just bouncing around, doing nothing right now, nothing interesting. But yeah, or we could just reject off of 30K again. And I mean, it generally looks more bearish with all of our red dots printing here, so it seems like you're gonna get more of a leg down. Let's see the chat right here. Accumulate and dominate. Conviction must be strong during these times. Yeah, I would agree with that. We're pretty close here. But yeah. There's a lot of different techniques. Sergio with the order books. I'd have to look more into that. Best entry point for AVAX. Yeah, people ask me about the altcoins a lot. I mean, I like AVAX, I like Polkadot, I like Zcash, I like Matic, I like Atom a lot. Those are mainly the main picks. I might have, yeah, hopefully I didn't miss any, but yeah. AVAX, let's see, are we continuing to crash here? So third, kind of stabilizing 30, I think you'll generally get, one last leg down, a bit more to maybe another 19, maybe a double bottom pattern. This was kind of almost a black swan. This kind of crashed because of Luna or whatever. So maybe that could have been the bottom, or maybe one last leg down to like 19 or something. I think, your weekly is going to turn red here, even if this was the bottom, just given, how much we crashed here. Given a 77% correction, even if this is the bottom, I believe your weekly will turn red. Let's look at your 5-day. Let's see, is that red? No, that's interesting. It didn't even... I feel like that would turn red, though, just given that, given that real big drop, unless we just, which probably isn't going to happen. But yeah. Now my internet's down. Yeah. Yeah, now the internet cut out. Oh, well. Let's see. Okay, so we should be back. Yeah, the internet cuts out every so often. Oh, well. Unfortunately. Now it's back, though. But, yeah, I believe it looks like we are live again. So, yeah, the internet did cut out. I guess that it's Xfinity or Comcast internet. I guess, it does cut out every so often. But, yeah. With all always selling pressure gone, what else could drop the Bitcoin price? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably just a little bit more FUD and, people more getting liquidated. I don't know. I feel like somebody asked me the same exact question one time, but any weaknesses? Maybe entering trades too early. I think everybody has that issue that they mess up with, every so often. That would be one weakness, I would say. Trying to think what else. That's the biggest one right now, I would say. But it's, I've been at this a while, so it's, you get better as you go on. Can we go to 31K before going back to 28, 29K? I don't know if we go that high, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. BNB, yeah, sure, why not? This is interesting. I mean, it's a big market cap, so a real big market. This is what, it's still top 3 or something. Yeah, this really blew up. It's kind of the biggest one that no one really talks about that much. But yeah, I mean, I think you're generally getting close to that bottom. If this was not the bottom here, maybe one last leg down, like probably worst case scenario, 150 or something. But yeah, it doesn't really spark my interest too much because it's such a big market cap. I mean, probably best case scenario, maybe you could get 10x with it in the next bull run, probably most likely less. But, those sub $10 billion market caps are the things that I really like. It looks exactly like Bitcoin, kind of right now. It looks like you're just going to go into the red here and come down a bit, at least in the short term. That's kind of my view right now. And the internet, it seems like it's cutting out a bit. Yeah, it comes in and out. I don't know what to tell you guys. It sucks, but yeah. Where's my let's get rid of that. You gotta be so careful what you put on your screen. Let's see here. Okay. I was trying to find the chat. Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. Yeah, internet is very choppy. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I get really frustrated with it because, you work so hard to get all the analysis and everything up, and then, it's something so out of your control. I don't know what to do about the internet. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm in Connecticut, but I thought the internet would be even better up here. It's just a little choppy. Yeah. XRP we could look at, yeah. Yeah, everything usually looks the same as Bitcoin. That's pretty normal. One big point, I drew in the chart around 28 cents. I still think, that could be your bottom area. good sign we're getting close to a bottom here. You know, your money flow crossover into the red on XRP. So, you know, once you get to around 30 cents, I think that's probably double bottom pattern around there, and then we gradually recover from these areas. That's my main view for it. Just that, you know, today and the last few days, just generally, you know, pretty boring here. If you all come down to 8 hour, it's a bit more bearish. I think you're finally going to come deep into the red on the 30-minute again. That's what will probably bring you down to, I don't know, 30 cents or something. So yeah, looking back on Bitcoin, you know, this is just sideways into nothingness. I don't know, there's just nothing happening here. I mean, 2-minute, not a divergence yet, so it's a weird market. Like it feels like a weekend. You know, it feels like a weekend because just nothing is happening. It's just a sideways, you know, annoying, boring market. Yeah, it's awesome. You know, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it, you guys being here. You guys smash the like button. We got 54 viewers, 34 likes, and if you guys have any questions, I try to answer them the best I can. So yeah. Yeah, you got your 2-minute, you know, your 2-minute red dot. Like that means anything in the world, but yeah. 4-hour confirms 45 minutes. So yeah. How did our SPY do today? I didn't even look yet. Did we come down a bit? Seems like we're still up, right? Yeah, we still have a positive day, it seems. Back up to 407, so you know this could be our local top, and then we come down a bit more. Confirms at 45 minutes. You know, last time you could just look at these on your 2-day, or maybe is it a 3-day I have one? Not yet, but you know, 2-day green dots. If this does confirm, which it probably will in 45 minutes, this could kind of show us a little bit of a rally. Last time we had one of these was, well, here, you know, March, you came up a bit, and then you came down lower. Maybe we could repeat that pattern, come up to 420, and then that would be a nice tease, 420, and then I don't know if you'll come down that much, but maybe form a double bottom pattern at 380. Thing with this, which is interesting, I mean, you know, I don't know if it'll happen here. What do we have on Bitcoin now? Now we're crossing into the, probably back in the green, yeah, back in the green. So yeah, that's what happens in a choppy market, sideways market. 3-day into the red here. Here's your weekly. May take some more time, but you know, your weekly is very well due to come into the red here, so keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah. Seems like on our S&P, every time we come into the green here, we just continue forward, down more. So it seems like you'll just repeat that pattern. Maybe we'll see though. I feel like you got to really test this fib level unless we did test it here, or at least test it a few times before you come back up. Is Facebook holding up? Probably up with everything else, but or down. Yeah, just a sideways. Down, stabilizing $200. I mean, all-time high was probably what, 400, 380. So yeah. Big area we bounced off of. Let's see what else is there. I mean, the old favorites, Tesla, we always like to look at. Okay, down again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my minimum kind of, this market hasn't been changing too much, at least in my opinions, but 3-day would be a good place to start DCing into this if you like Tesla, if you want to get into Tesla. I mean, maybe you have a longer consolidation, kind of like we had, back in these days. And then you continue forward, so that'd be a good place to look. Your 2-day, you're in the red here, but you could easily go a bit deeper. For a bottom, 575 or something could be 600. These areas. What's the market cap out right now? I mean, $800 billion market cap. I could see it going probably worst case scenario 500 billion. That'd be down to probably 400 or something like that. But yeah, maybe even less. Yeah, it'd be less than 500, but around that general area. Let's see here. Thinking a little bit. What do I want to look at? Well, let's see what you guys think. Oh. Nah, where is my... Yeah, it's annoying because the the thing on Brave doesn't, for some reason, the normal chat doesn't come up. So, yeah. Netflix people, yeah, are gonna look at. I mean, I've been waiting for Netflix for my main view is to wait for just one thing on this. You know, wait till everyone stops talking about it. That would be probably a good place to buy. Number two, when this 2 week gets into the red, last time this happened was the recession, Great Recession. So, yeah, you're getting close here. The lowest I see you really going with this, maybe 130. I mean, I don't know if I really see 130, maybe these areas if you bounce around a little bit. I mean, I think most of the damage has been done, or as the weekly gets deeper in the red, because I feel like you're due to come pretty deep in the red here around that area. That was 2012, so yeah, I mean, do I think this will recover and make new all-time highs? It could take years for that to happen. I mean, that could be a few years, but yeah, you may have a nice run up. I mean, how much is it's down 80%, I believe, 76. Yeah, it could be 80% when it finally bottoms out. How's Lucid doing? I try to look at this from time to time. I had a little pump here. Yeah, $17. So possibility we hit the bottom for this. I mean, electric cars are always. There's going to be one competitor for Tesla that does well. I think it'll maybe this one. I mean, yeah, probably worst case scenario comes back to $10. I would say $30 billion market cap on this. Yeah, I mean, if it comes back to 20 billion, yeah, that's a good that's a good deal, I would say. But we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? It still has a lot to prove. I mean, it's venture capitalism with that. You know, this had a nice pump. Robinhood looks good on your 3. I mean, it's just a red, green dot. These didn't mean much, but yeah. Some person bought a lot of this. That's why. We'll see what happens. I mean, usually, Warren Buffett talked about it. They talked about it. Usually when big names talk about any, you know, smaller market cap stock, or cryptocurrency or anything, usually it crashes a bit after they talk negatively about it or whatever, and then it's a good buying opportunity. So it could be. I mean, my main view is that everything pretty much bottoms out within a month, and then we just have a nice rally, month or two, a nice rally towards the end of the year for midterm elections. That's kind of what I think, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Let's see. The euro. Oh, what's up by the beach? Welcome. UNG. Let's see. Euro UST. I don't. Yeah, all right. You know, sometimes I take requests. Oh, is it Euro UST? What do you? Oh, UST. Okay, Tether. Okay. Well, this is Forex. I mean, I don't know what really to. Forex trading is so slow. I mean, it's mostly I'm not a Forex guy, but yeah, it just keeps bleeding against the dollar, which is kind of what I expected that. Some divergences forming. I mean, it's the same exact thing as like with crypto. You draw fib levels, you know, it bounces around. I mean, it's a big cycle. Yeah, this is just, you know, traditional TA would tell you. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be bottoming out. That's what traditional TA would tell you. So maybe a good trade. I don't know how, you know, where do you guys trade Forex, first of all? What's a good place to do it on? I mean, I have a Fidelity account. Could I do it on there? I know Interactive Brokers is big. Seems like, you know, one of these times you come into the green, it would really bring you up. That's what I would say on the 4 hour, because all of these ones keep bringing you down. Maybe it's this one, maybe not. I mean, at 1.05, this is the first time I've done like Forex TA, so don't take this too seriously. Your lower time frames do look overheated, but I feel like eventually the euro is gonna start doing well, and the dollar is gonna stop. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, AMC, that's probably pumping a bit, right? No. I mean, you got this was from many months ago. I drew this prediction of this line bringing us down. We're not too far off of that. You know, that area around this price area I meant. You know, your weekly looks pretty bad here. Looks like you're due to really come into the red, and I think this could mark the end of the meme stock thing. Maybe once all these get cleaned out and everyone gives up on these meme stocks and the entire market starts to come back. I don't know how much longer it is to have a sustainable meme stock market. You know what I mean? I feel like that could be a thing of the past. Or maybe with NFTs, there's viewed as collector's items. It does look good in your hourly. I'll give you that, but yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I'm not a meme stock guy. Maybe we rally a little bit here. I mean, how's your... Some good curvature there. I mean, it does look good on the technicals, but it's a meme stock. I mean, I think there's better things to trade than this, but yeah. COP. I don't know what that is, but let's take a look. Is it a crypto? No, it's COPE. It's probably this. That's up a lot, yeah. I don't know what this does, what this is. Okay, $130 billion market cap. Weekly looks okay. It's like one of those where they just keep going up, and it's hard to, you know, I mean, what you like to look at for tops. I mean, I don't like how the money is generally just coming out on our 4-hour here. It is choppy, though. Divergence is forming on some of these lower time frames, but they have been all the way up, basically. Yeah, I don't know. Tough to say. I feel like you kind of missed the boat on this a bit, but who knows. Monthly, it seems like you're trying to come out, or you could just, you know, come back in, come up a lot. We'll see what happens with this. Let's see. Oh, let's see how Bitcoin's doing. So yeah, I wish we could see something more exciting on the show for today. It's just not. Yeah, we're just not seeing really anything happening. You know, it's just maybe 6. Do we have a divergence here? No. Maybe you'd get a bullish divergence in a few minutes here. I mean, maybe your 3-minute or a bearish divergence. Excuse me. Yeah, your 3-minute. I believe this is a bearish divergence as you're hitting that point. Does that mean much? Well, that combined with a 4-hour red dot, a 2-hour red dot confirmed, red X, may mean something. May mean something. Hourly probably looks the most bullish here with the VWAP coming up, but 30-minute money flowing coming out, 24-minute, 15. I think you'll just roll over, honestly, and then continue down farther. This is just an agonizing, boring, you know, waiting for something to happen. But with these red dots, you know, I'm still definitely leaning a bit more bearish. That's why I'm still short on the market. Apple or Atom I want to look at. Yeah, let's look at Atom. It's one of my favorite cryptos. That's probably one you could make the best bang for your buck, especially with all the interest you could earn on it. It's a good project. You know, what I've been saying here is kind of the general thing is like, oh, did we already look at Atom? Oh no, it looks like everything else. That's why. Weekly, almost in the red. I feel like you're going to get into the red even if we already hit the bottom because you came so low. Maybe one last leg down, like $6 or $5 or something like that, or high sixes. That's what I think. You're getting close here. That's my main opinion here. You're getting close here. It does look like you're going to come down a bit more, especially on here, especially like every other crypto we've looked at. But yeah, 30-minute back in the red there, 8-hour red dot. I mean, there's a lot of signs that this is most likely going to come down a bit more here. Apple, how is Apple holding up? So yeah, I mean, definitely for your, you know, your more bullish case, you know, you had your 23% correction, you're stabilizing over the spiral line. I do think, you know, if history is kind of any indication here, every time you come into the red on your 3-day is a good buying opportunity. So yeah, that's what I would say about Apple. In all likelihood, you know, it may continue to trend up. You kind of missed the boat on it a little bit, but I mean, it is a nice bounce off of there. But if everything else, you know, has one last leg down, like I think it will, you get another leg down here. Maybe you come down to, I don't know about $1. I don't know about 125, but maybe another, you know, double top bottom pattern here, 140 or something. But yeah, I mean, long term, I mean, if you're into Apple, yeah, go for it. How's Amazon holding up? Probably up a little bit, yeah. I mean, these fib levels, these are pretty killer. I mean, if you're just like one of those, you know, swing, like average swing retail investor that is on Robinhood and just, you know, buys something, waits a couple months and tries to sell it for a nice buck. I mean, can't really go wrong too much with these fib levels, especially something that's down so much. But yeah, Weekly in the red here. Obviously, last time it did very well. That monthly, but I mean, yeah, I'm the red there, yeah. This is probably one of the biggest corrections this has had, probably since, I'm too lazy to look, but probably since '08, I would say, right? 45%. I mean, that's pretty big. Does look good in the hourly. 30-minute does look pretty good. Ethereum. Come on. Let's look at the chat here. ADA. Yeah, we'll look at Cardano. Yeah, Ethereum, just like everything else. I think you're eventually just going to pop down here. Let's see, Cardano. How's Cardano doing? I think you'll have one last leg down like 30 cents or something. That's kind of my view on this, but you're getting close. I mean, look how deep you are in the red here. This is kind of signifying the bottom last time. So if history repeats itself here, which I think it will, yeah, you're getting close. That's what I will say. You're getting close. One of these green dots will bring you up at some point here. And just like everything else, it does look overheated on low time frames. Red dots printing. In the shorter term, next few days or more bearish. I mean, nothing's ever financial advice, but to answer this question, yes. That's kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, not telling you to do anything, kind of what I'm doing, yeah. I'm not even saying anything. Well, you're not saying anything. Let's see here. Yeah, this is just really boring. This is like as boring as you could get. It's probably just gonna hit off of, form some bearish div off of here on your 6-minute or something. Maybe you got on your 3-minute that confirmed. Probably gonna come down a bit. Maybe not, but maybe it will here, and then could be it. This is a boring market. That's what I will say. This has been a very sideways, boring market. This is like weekend trading. Sometimes it happens. There's been a few times I remember, kind of in my long time of doing analysis on this now. Definitely a couple times. It's not too often though. It's usually, you get an outcome on trades after relatively sooner. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one knows at the end of the day. There's always going to be naysayers. I don't even know why I engage with people like that. I mean, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, just watch somebody else. Yeah, I did. No, did we look at Matic today? I don't believe we looked at Matic. Matic, let's look at. I mean, it looks bottomy, like everything kind of else. I think maybe one last leg down, to 40 cents or something is definitely in the cards. That was a big, this is a volatile puppy now, down to 50 cents, now back up to 70. So definitely getting close here. VUF's coming down, so I'm more bearish for the short term, definitely. But yeah, that's one of the ones. That's one of my ones that I'm getting into right now for long term. Matic, Avalanche, Polkadot. Let's see, a few others. Atom, Zcash, Filecoin a little bit, but did we look at Dot yet? I believe we did. Yeah, the nice, I think there's got to be one more last, leg down to really scare everybody away, especially with this VWAP coming down in the daily. 12-hour VWAP coming down as well. Ooh, okay, so kind of looking like Bitcoin blood diamond under 6 hour. I mean, look at the history. This one didn't really play out, so it could be like that one, but most of the majority of them do bring it down. I mean, that's why, yeah, those two didn't work out too well in August of 2020. That was a while ago. But yeah. Do I think it's a good idea to short every crypto related to the Luna ecosystem? I think it's probably too late for that. That's probably what everybody's thinking. Funding fees for that are probably going to be atrocious for anyone shorting. So, not my thing, but if you're really into that and you know the fundamentals and you know everything going on, then you may be able to do well with that. But it's not my thing. Let's see. ICP. We'll look at ICP and Gala, and then maybe we'll take one last look at Bitcoin and stuff. So, like everything else, look, I mean, I think maybe one last leg down below, maybe 5 or 6 or something. Or best case scenario, we already bottomed out. Your $8 is $8 is pretty good. Yeah, blood diamond here, and your 10-hour just like Bitcoin. So I think you need to have one last leg down. I don't think you're going to zero here. I think there could be another leg up. ICP, I don't know if I like it too much. You could earn a lot of interest on it. I know that. I'd throw some money. I'm comfortable losing into this. So yeah, it still is a pretty high ranked market cap. Despite, I mean, you would think this is like a nothing market cap looking at this, but no, it still has a decent amount of market cap. Pretty highly ranked. And Gala, I mean, this is one of the ones that just straight down from its inception basically. And when was this? Yeah, November or whatever, right before Thanksgiving. What did it come down? 93%. Well, I mean, Cardano came down 98. What was it, 93 or 98% in the last bull run, and still in the last bear market, and still came back. So you do have here, like everything else, one last leg down to maybe 4 cents or something here. Could go to zero. Yeah, definitely could go to zero, especially something that just came out of nowhere, kept little pump and dumps, never came back. So if you're down already so much, 93%, I don't think there's really a reason to do much. I would just say give it a shot. Go do some venture capitalism, hold on to it. Not financial advice though. Sand or mana? Yeah, we could look at sand, I guess. I haven't looked at sand in a while. Yeah, I mean, you're down. You kind of tested a dollar here. Maybe one last leg down to 80 cents or something. Weekly in the red. Kind of a good sign. You guys got to realize, I mean, this is, a lot of these could, I was with any altcoin. I don't really consider Ethereum an altcoin, but it was with any altcoin, they could go to zero. Some of them never made it back from last bull run. I've been around a while, guys, so that's what you got to keep in mind. DCA, like everything else, good DCA for the next 4 or 5 weeks or something, in my opinion. So yeah, deep in the red there in the 3-day. How much is this down from its all-time high? Let's see here. 88%. Yeah, pretty much everything's down now, like 90% now. Yeah, let's take another look at, I guess, Bitcoin. See what the big boy's doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, a pump, yeah. This is a boring market, man. I mean, a little bit of action came up a few $100s. Not too much so far. How about on our Coinbase chart? Because the fib, the spiral lines are a little bit different. Are we hitting anything there? Come on. Yeah, I mean, you're still kind of hitting off of this spiral line as money flow is coming out in the 15, which is pretty bearish. 1 minute creating bullish bearish divergences, excuse me. Yeah, it's, it's 3-minute bearish divergences. So I do think you'd probably come down a bit here and finally come down. See what happens though. Yeah, Bitcoin just repeating the same exact pattern. Let's see, cake. That's one that really, went down a ton. I know that. I don't know if this is the full chart of it, if this was a new one, but yeah, it's pretty down. About 90% right now. So they could go to zero, in terms of buying, buy opportunities. Yeah, I mean, right now for the next 4 weeks, but I do think in the short term you'll come down a bit more. Just like Bitcoin. I mean, they all follow Bitcoin to a certain extent. I mean, let's see here. Are we hitting like any visual? Yeah, we're hitting the spiral line. It's also kind of a visual area of support and resistance right here. Kind of this area. 30.3, I guess. Probably would most likely come down a bit more from here, but we'll see what happens. SPX, this people are into euro. I mean, they think it's in a block, yeah, because it's bottoming out. I don't really trade Forex, but yeah, it may be a nice long. Engine, yeah, it's probably gonna look like everything else. 20K incoming, yeah. John, is anything just got here? Is anything happening? Not really. It looks a bit more bearish than it looked a few hours ago, in my opinion. A lot of red dots printing, but yeah, it's weird that it's this. I was talking about a while. It's very weird that it's been this sideways. It feels almost like a weekend more so. Yeah, which is very weird. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the moon or something, or the weather. Is it a full moon? Oh, let's look at the moon chart. That'll be the last thing we'll look at. I don't, just a disclaimer, I do not trade on this. This is purely entertainment purposes. I think anyone trading on based on this, oh boy. But yeah. Is this a full moon? I don't even know. But yeah, I believe this would be a full moon. So full moon, sideways break up. Full moon, sideways break up. Down, then up. Full, yeah, you're gonna get, I don't think this is all a bunch of, this means nothing in my opinion. But it's just, it doesn't really. Maybe we rally, you bottom out in a few weeks, then you kind of rally up to this, where this says summer solstice, 30 or 40 by then, I don't know. Yeah, summer solstice, but yeah, full moon. Maybe that's why people are acting a little weird. But yeah. Yeah, what are we getting here? We're getting another, yeah, no, it's not even, yeah, you don't get too many divergences when it's so sideways like this either, so yeah. Yeah, this I agree with. Yeah, it's like, I wonder why though. In the market right now, I don't think there's very much leverage either way. I think we're kind of peak like disinterest, fear, but my views are coming up because people are getting more into trading. But I mean, in general, I don't think we're getting too much more views. Yeah, the last thing I'll kind of leave you with is, I mean, I think kind of like I told you before, we'll come down a bit deeper into the red like here, and that's where we'll bottom out within the next few weeks to next month. I don't think, it shouldn't be sideways for too much longer here. I think we're going to break up relatively soon. I mean, 2-hour red X usually, yeah, should bring it down to here at least, so we could get our short or whatever. But yeah, full moon. I don't think, yeah, the moon indicator is not. Yeah, this is just completely random. Retail doesn't have much money to play with because of inflation. Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I could kind of agree with that. That's interesting. I mean, the big thing was, you know, the big thing was that, what was it? That, oh, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, yeah, that the whales were buying. The whales that caught the bottom in 2018 and the bottom in 2021, they're buying again. Well, they didn't really catch the bottom because they wouldn't have bought in 2021, but yeah. We'll see. Everybody's due to be wrong. I don't know how much that really means. If you're right a lot, usually you're eventually going to be wrong. That's kind of my view on it. Nobody really predicts two big, you know, events in a row. But yeah, retail doesn't have any more dry power. Maybe not. Yeah. Curious how long it takes to play out. Well, it's a red X, but yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, I think, you know, by 4 a.m. tomorrow, we should have an outcome on, yeah, we should have some type of move, either up or down, but most likely down, in my opinion. That's what I would say. All right, guys, that's what I'm going to leave you with. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We got 74, 72 likes, so thank you guys so much. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content. And guys, below, check out my trading course where I go in, you know, on evanaldo.com, all the things theoretically that you need to be a profitable trader in this game for cryptocurrency leverage trading, you know, risk management, trading psychology, all the things I think that separate, you know, people who lose money at this from the few that actually make money on this, you know, why the majority of people lose at this. I talk about all that, trading psychology, how I do my analysis, so I think it's going to help you out a lot. And my exclusive Discord down below. I do trade entries, so it's kind of a signals group, and exclusive TA on Bitcoin, Ethereum, small coins, and stocks. It's mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, but we do talk about other things too, especially when I have time. Not right 100% of the time with the trade calls, but we've had some really, really, really good trades in there. We've done amazing in there lately for the most part. So guys, check that out. And if you want to create a new FEMEX account, want to create a new BITGET account, links in the description below. It's the same promo that every YouTuber gives you pretty much. And let's see what else is there. Market Cipher, link in the description below. Use my link with my discount code down below. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below as well through the Market Cipher Academy. And that should be all. All right, guys, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.